Venice is at risk of losing its own identity. More and more Venetians do not identify themselves with the city, and the rupture between the invisible and visible city is being felt by the city's urban and social structure. Focusing on the tradition of boat building and drawing inspiration from Venice's history, Redivius allows the people to reconnect with their beloved city and take pride in their tradition. It all started from the fascinating history of Arsenale di Venezia, once the vital core of the Serenissima. The map made by Maria Maffioletti, drawn at the end of 18th century, has been the core driver and guidance in the formation of Redivivus, offering invaluable information of how Arsenale used to function as the most famous naval industry. In today's Arsenale, most of the decayed and abandoned buildings still bear traces of the material flow that took place when constructing the boats. It became clear that in order for Redivivus to truly serve its purpose, the site had to be reimagined. By arranging the main activities in a straight line while still leaving the secondary branches the same, a new reality emerged. One in which buildings that seem to have no apparent connection at first form a different layout but are still bound by the same value, the art of boat building. This diagram thus represents the key in deciphering the Redivivus map. This place is more than just a rearrangement of existing elements. It presents itself in the form of three interconnected islands that respond to a different kind of program, speaking about three different layers of Venice. It is a place that reconnects Venetians with the city through tradition. It is a reality defined by a mixture of residential, workshop, and learning areas. For Redivivus to be true to its purpose, the architectural gestures are inspired from Venice's development, because in Venice, building has been carried out differently due to limitation of land. Over time, most buildings were altered or enlarged through stacking, repetition, or insertion. The residential area is inspired from the workshops for gondolas, also known as squares. The square functioned during the day as a workshop, along with its open courtyards, while at night the workers used to sleep at the mezzanine level just above the gondolas. The ground floor used as boat storage presents itself as the negative of a square, while stacked above are the houses blending in with the residential fabric of Venice. Three boat-like apartments are intersected by a fourth boat hull and form the Redentore Bridge, connecting the residential island with the maintenance one. It stands as a reference to yet another tradition, Festa della Redentore, in which a temporary bridge connects Zatere to Giudecca. The maintenance island is the place where people will be able to repair and take care of their boats, because just like the urban fabric of Venice, boats need constant maintenance, and what better way to learn than to be able to assist at this process. Architecture thus connects multiple buildings together through an underground insertion, while at the same time adapting them to serve the program. The structure used for covering the dry docks follows the old principle used by Arcelanotti to recover wrecked boats at sea, and the complex system that was put in place to do so. Vivus Bridge is an allegory of the history of boat building in Arsenale, connecting the maintenance island to the learning and culture one. It interprets the transition period from wooden to metal vessels that took place. Therefore, one part is out of steel, the second half is a wooden structure supported by the old crane of Porta Nova. Once one reaches the learning and culture island, it can truly be immersed into the Venetian secrets of boat crafting. While the ground floor area mainly serves for hands-on experiences and all the workshops are placed around the assembly courtyard, the upper levels serve for learning and research purposes. Each here still follows the idea of boat structures, adapting and adding to the existing fabric. For example, a connection is being made on the upper level of Porta Nova all the way to the first floor of the library, and allows the people to move around the learning facilities. Armstrong Crane is the only one of its kind left in the world. By restoring and repurposing it, a movable bridge is formed for people to reach the residential island. This is Redivivus, an alternative reality, one which speaks of three different Venices but that are ultimately interconnected. Venetians will once again have a sense of belonging and regain their city's unique identity.